Hello students, welcome to Legacy IAS Academy. In this video, we are going to discuss about the important rivers of India and continue the UPSC Prelims Revision Series 2024. Now, this video is going to be very important because if you look at the past 8 or 10 years of question that has been asked in geography from the Indian geography, you will see that majority of the question has been asked from the rivers of India. So, let us try to understand about the major rivers of India. Now, first of all, before looking at the individual rivers, let us look at how rivers of India are classified. So, one of the most common methods of classifying the Indian river is on the basis of origin. Basis of origin means by classifying that from which part of India, which region of India does a river originate from. Now, on that basis, the river system of India can be classified into two types: the Himalayan river system, the river that is originating from the Himalayan mountains, which are major rivers, big rivers, large rivers such as Ganga River system, Indus River system, Brahmaputra River system, along with all its tributaries, Jhelum, Chenab and Beas River. Then you have Yamuna River and Ghagra and all these other rivers. Second river system is what we classify as a peninsular river system. That means such rivers which are originating from the peninsular hills or plateaus of India. Now, peninsular hills or plateaus, it is the largest region of India, basically covering 50% of the total India's area. So, we have many hills here such as Aravali's, such as Vindhyas, Satpuras, Aravali's, then we have Western Ghats, Eastern Ghats. So, all the rivers that is originating from this region are classified under the peninsular river system. And here you have the major rivers such as Godavari, Krishna, Cauvery and Narada. Now, if we talk about the Himalayan river system, as we discussed, we are total 3 major river systems we have to study in the Indian geography. These are the Indus River system, Ganga River system and Brahmaputra River system. So, let us discuss about each of them one by one. So, first of all, we have is the Indus River system. Now, Indus River system is made up of Indus River along with its major tributaries. Now, what are the major tributaries? So, it has 5 major tributaries, that is Chenab, Jhelum, Ravi, Beas and Satluj. And since these are the 5 major tributaries, the region or land through which they are passing through is called as Punjab. Basically, Punjab is made up of 2 words, Panj plus Ab, that means the land of the 5 rivers. So, now you know that why it is called as Punjab. It is because of the flow of these 5 rivers to this particular land. Passes through 3 countries. That means the Indus River we talk about, basically it originates from Tibet, which is part of China. Then it flows through the territory of India, and finally after flowing through a long distance in Pakistan, it enters into Arabian Sea near the port of Karachi. So, that is the course of river Indus. Now, let us try to understand this river system on the map. So, first of all, as you can see from here, this is the main river, that is Indus River. So, Indus River originates from Tibet, and in Tibet it originates from Kailash range. Kailash range, within the Kailash range you have a glacier that is called as Bokhar Chu glacier. So, that is the exact origin point of Indus River. Then it enters into India via a pass that is called as Damchok Pass, and then it flows through the region that is called as Leh region, part of Ladakh Union Territory today. Then it enters into Pakistan occupied Kashmir, then flows through the entire expanse of Pakistan from north to south before exiting in the Arabian Sea near the port town or port city, we can say, of Karachi. Now, flowing through Leh and Ladakh region, it receives various small tributaries. The major one of these tributaries, as you can see, is the Shyok River. Then you have Nubra River, then you have Gilgit River. Then coming from the south, you have Janskar River. Then you have, apart from that, you have one other important river here, that is called as Suru River. The major tributaries that then receives is Chenab River. Chenab River originates from what we call as a Verinag region here, that is part of Jammu and Kashmir. Before that, we have Jhelum. Jhelum originate actually from the Verinag region of Jammu and Kashmir. Chenab originate from the Bara-Lachala Pass. Okay. That is one correction you can make. The Jhelum River, the main tributary of river Indus, originate from Vairinag region of Jammu and Kashmir. Chenab originate from Baralachala Pass, that is situated in the state of Himachal Pradesh. Then other important tributaries, Byas River. So Byas River originate from the Rohtang Pass, that is also part of Himachal Pradesh. Then you have Ravi River, which is also originating from the nearby Rohtang Pass itself. And then you have Satluj, that you can see is originating again from the Tibet, the Kailash range of Tibet, and it originates from a place that is called as Rakastal. So after originating from Rakastal, Satluj River enters India through state of Himachal Pradesh via a pass. Now the name of this pass is very important. This pass is called as Ship Kila Pass. Then it flows through the entire extent of Himachal Pradesh through the Dhauladhar range, and then it meets Byas here, as you can see from this map. And the meeting point of Byas and Satluj is place that is called as Harike. And Harike is also an example of man-made lake, man-made water body because of the construction of Harike Dam here. And then Satluj is the also considered as the longest tributary of Indus. Then it receives water from all the other tributaries such as Jhelum, Chenab, Ravi, Byas, and then after receiving all the water, then finally the final stream of Satluj meets Indus at a place called as Panchnath. Now this was a question which was asked few years back in UPSC Prelims, that which is the final stream of river that meets Indus River. So the answer, the correct answer is, it is the Satluj River. Chenab is the largest tributary definitely, but the lengthwise it is Satluj which is the longest tributary, and it is the Satluj that is finally carrying the water from all the rivers to the Indus before joining it. So that is overall major, we can say 5 tributaries of Indus. Now Indus receives several numerous small tributaries in Pakistan also, largely from the Pakistan-Afghanistan border. Name of this tributary, if you want to know, you have tributaries such as Swat River, that is the first one. Then we have Kunar River, then we have Kabul River, then we have Kurram River, then we have 5th one, that is Tochi, 6th is Gomal, 7th is Kundar, and 8th is Jho. So these 8 are the tributary of Indus which it meets in the Pakistan, and most of these tributaries are originating from the Afghanistan-Pakistan border. In short, again if you summarize the tributaries of the Indus, because if you look at the pattern of question that was asked or that is being asked in UPSC Prelims, tributaries based questions are having highest percentage there. So Nubra River, Shyok River, Gilgit River, Suru River, Jaskar River. Then we have 5 main, that is Jhelum, Chenab, Byas, Ravi and Satluj. And then in Pakistan, Swat, Kunar, Kabul, Kurram, Tochi, Gumal, Kundar and Jho. So these are the major tributaries that we have to remember as far as the Indus River system is concerned. The total length of Indus River, if you try to find it out, so if you look at the table here, so Indus River, it flows for a length of almost 2880 kilometers, out of which 709 kilometers only lies in India, remaining is either in the Tibet or the majority of the length is passing through the Pakistan here. Jhelum is having length of 724 kilometers. And then again if you look, the longest tributary I told you is Satluj, which is having the length of almost 1450 kilometers, out of which almost 1050 kilometers lies in India, remaining 400 kilometers lies in Pakistan and Tibet together. So Chenab largest tributary, Satluj is the longest tributary. Byas River you have to keep in mind, why? Because it is the only tributary here out of these 5 major one which is confined within the Indian territory itself. It does not flow into Pakistan, remaining all the 4 tributaries are flowing into the Pakistan region. The second major river system that is coming out from Himalayas is the Ganga River system. So Ganga River system, basically the Ganga River originates from a glacier that is called as Gangotri Glacier, and Gangotri Glacier actually the place of origin is called as Gomukh, situated in Uttarakhand Himalayas. So basically from here you have the river that is Bhagirathi that originates, and then from the nearby peak you have, from the Badrinath, nearby Badrinath you have the Alaknanda river that originates. So when Bhagirathi and Alaknanda river meets each other at a place that is called as Deoprayag, situated in Uttarakhand. After this, the combined stream is what we know as river Ganga. So, Bhagirathi plus Alaknanda. The length of the Ganga river is 2525 km. That is why it is also the longest river of India. Keep in mind, if you compare the length of Indus and Ganga, Indus is longer, but the only 700 kilometers of Indus flows through India. So, if the question is asked which is the longest river of India, then it will be Ganga. But if the question is asked which is the longest out of the two, Ganga or Indus, then the answer will be it is the Indus River. Now, Ganga River, after originating from the Uttarakhand, finally flows through the 4 other states. Uttar Pradesh, in which it flows for a longest distance, that is 1140 kilometers. Then it enters into Bihar, where it flows over a distance of 445 kilometers, Jharkhand 50 kilometers, and West Bengal 520 kilometers. And the area that it covers is roughly 86,000 square kilometers. So, these are the basic facts you have to remember about the Ganga River. Now, if you look at the again tributaries of Ganga, so Ganga's tributary or any river's tributary, we can classify it in 2 types, either the right bank tributary or left bank tributary. What does it mean? It simply means that let us suppose that this is the flow pattern of Ganga. It is flowing from west to east like this. So, now if you are standing along the river facing to the side where river is flowing through, then this will be your left bank and this will be your right bank. So, whatever rivers are joining Ganga on its left bank, they are called as left bank tributary, and whatever tributaries are coming and joining it from the right bank side, they are called as right bank tributary. So, 3 major right bank tributary we have in Ganga, that is Yamuna River, Son River and Damodar River, where Yamuna is also the longest tributary of river Ganga, originating from the Bandar Punch peak, situated in the Yamunotri glacier, situated slightly to the west of the Gangotri glacier, from where Ganga River originates. Similarly, if you talk about left bank tributary, many left bank tributaries it has, because most of the rivers are coming out from the Himalayas, which is situated on the leftward side of Ganga, and thus major rivers are Ramaganga River. Ramaganga River originates from again Garhwal range of Uttarakhand. Then Gomati, again it is originating from a lake in the Uttar Pradesh, that is called as this you have nearby Pilibhit region of Uttar Pradesh, you have the Fulhar lake, that is origin point. Ghagra River originates from the Nepal Himalayas. Now, Ghagra River is what you have to keep in mind is the largest tributary of river Ganga. Yamuna is the longest tributary and Ghagra is the largest tributary of Ganga River. Then further it receives river Gandak, then Kosi. Kosi is also referred as sorrow of Bihar. Both river Gandak and Kosi originate from the Himalayas, that is part of Nepal, Nepal Himalayas. Then, as we have discussed before, in the Son River that it receives, Son basically is a right bank tributary. Here we have written in the left bank. Son is example of right bank tributary, and Son River originate from a central Indian hill called as Amarkantak Hills. Actually, from the Amarkantak Hills, 2 rivers originate. One river flows to the east, that is river Son, and one river flows to the west, that we will discuss later, it is river Narada. So, Amarkantak Hills in the state of Madhya Pradesh. And then we have Mahananda that originate from the West Bengal. In West Bengal, precisely it is the Darjeeling Hills, and then it meets the river Ganga in the state of West Bengal. So, these are the major tributaries of river Ganga. Total we can see total 9 major tributary it receives before entering into the Bay of Bengal after forming the largest delta in the world, as you might be knowing, which is Sundarban Delta. If you look at the map of Ganga River, this is the map of Ganga River, as you can see, originating, as we have discussed, Bhagirathi, Alaknanda. Then Haridwar is again a very important place in the course of river Ganga, because up to Haridwar, Ganga River is flowing in the mountainous area. It is after Haridwar, Ganga rivers enter into what we can call as the plain region. So, then Ganga River flows like this. This is the longest tributary. Yamuna River. Where does Yamuna meet Ganga? The answer will be, it meets in the city of Prayagraj. The old name of Prayagraj is what we call as Allahabad. And then in West Bengal, actually again, the main part of Ganga River is entering into Bangladesh, where it is known by the name of river Padma, and the stream that flows through the state of West Bengal is then referred as Hooghly River. And then it is the Hooghly that receives Damodar River, water from Damodar River, Mayurakshi River and Kasai River. These are the very, very small rivers are there. And then Padma River flows out here, which receive water from the Brahmaputra, and then Hooghly, Padma, Brahmaputra, all these rivers together form the Sundarban Delta that is spread over the state of West Bengal in India and extending all the way up to coastal stretches of Bangladesh. That is all about the second important river of India, Ganga River system. The third river system that we have to talk about is the Brahmaputra River system. Now, Brahmaputra River originates from Anshi Glacier, that is again part of Kailash range basically. Anshi Glacier, that is part of Kailash range in Tibet. However, the disputed source of Brahmaputra is also Chema Yungdung. Largely, as per the older studies, the majority of water was being brought after melting of Chema Yungdung Glacier, but as per the recent study, the Ansi Glacier is contributing to the major volume of the Brahmaputra River. Situated to the south of a lake that is called as Lake Kongyu Sho in Tibet, almost 150 kilometers from the source of Indus and 35 kilometers from the source of Satluj lies the source of river Brahmaputra. Length of Brahmaputra is almost 2,900 kilometers that passes again through three countries, Tibet, that is China, then India, and finally entering into Bangladesh. Some other important point that you can remember about river Brahmaputra is that it passes between Gyala Peri and Namcha Barwa Peak near Tibet-Arunachal border, where it takes a U-turn. Before this Namcha Barwa, river is flowing in the west to east direction. And after Namcha Barwa, it takes a U-turn and start flowing from east to west direction. And here it cuts a gorge also. A gorge is a deep, narrow valley, extremely V-shaped kind of valleys that is formed due to the faster flow of a river, especially when it is flowing over a steeper gradient. And this gorge is called as Shyang Gorge or the Hang Gorge, and this is also the name by which river is known as in the state of Arunachal Pradesh. And then suddenly, as it comes out from the Arunachal Himalayas into the plains of Assam, there is a significant sudden change of slope from almost 2,450 meter to only 135 meters and enters into plain near the place that is called as Sadia. Sadia is a small town situated at the border of Assam and Arunachal Pradesh, and it is from Sadia the Brahmaputra plain actually starts. Here it also is joined by two major rivers in the Arunachal Himalayas, that is Arunachal Pradesh, river Dibang and river Lohit. So let us try to understand other tributaries also in the course of river Brahmaputra. So here we have discussed Namcha Barwa, where river is taking U-turn. Here it is receiving two tributaries. One I told you, one is the Dibang and other is river Lohit. Then further, as it enters into Assam, it receives several tributaries. The important one of them are being Subansiri River. Then we are having Kameng River. Then we are having the Gadadhar Sankosh River. We have Manas River. And from here also you have another tributary that is called as Dhansiri River. Subansiri and Dhansiri. And the most important point here you should remember that the place where Subansiri River meets the river Brahmaputra, it forms the largest riverine island in the world, which is called as Majuli Island. So Majuli Island formed at the confluence of Subansiri River and Brahmaputra River, largest riverine island of the world. Then, as we have discussed before in the chapters where we discussed about lakes, so we know that Tista River originating from the Solahamo Lake of Sikkim Himalayas then flows and meets Brahmaputra in the Bangladesh. The question can be asked, where Brahmaputra River enters into Bangladesh? And the answer will be, it enters Bangladesh at the place in Assam which is called as Dhubri. And after entering into Bangladesh, the Brahmaputra River again is known by another name. In Bangladesh, people call this river as a Jamuna river, not Yamuna. Yamuna is a tributary of Ganga River, that is different. Brahmaputra River is called as Jamuna, Jamuna in the Bangladesh. So here in the Tibet, river is called as Shangpo. In Arunachal Pradesh, river is called as Siang. In Assam, river is called by its well-known name of Brahmaputra, and in Bangladesh it is called as Jamuna. So 4 different regions, 4 different names. That is the story of river Brahmaputra. So these are the 3 major rivers of the Himalayan system, or having origin in Himalayas. Now the rivers, the major rivers that we have discussed that originates from the peninsular plateaus, these are the rivers such as the Godavari River, second is Krishna River, third is Cauvery River, and fourth is Mahanadi. These are the 4 major rivers of the peninsular plateau, peninsular origin. Other smaller rivers are there as well, such as Brahmani River, Suvarnarekha River, Baitarni River, Penneru River, and Vaigai River. So let us start our discussion of the peninsular river system with the first river coming from north to south, that is river Mahanadi. So let us try to understand about Mahanadi river system. So we can understand this on the map itself. So Mahanadi River is originating from Chhattisgarh. In Chhattisgarh, the place of origin is called as Sihava Plateau. After originating from Chhattisgarh, as you can see, river flows to the north, then it flows to the east, and then it enters into state of Odisha, where you have a dam that has been constructed here, one of the largest dam of India, called as Hirakud Dam. Then it flows further through the hilly terrain, where it forms a gorge. Gorge again is a narrow deep valley, is called as the Tikarpara Gorge. And then it enters into plain, where it starts to form a delta near the place called as Naraj, which is situated in the Cuttack district of Odisha. And then the main stream of the rivers falls into Bay of Bengal near a point in Odisha which is called as Falls Point. So Falls Point is where Mahanadi River enters into Bay of Bengal. Now during its course of flow, it receives several tributaries both in the state of Chhattisgarh as well as the state of Odisha. Now the name of tributaries are what you have to remember. The major tributaries of river Mahanadi is mentioned here. We have again the right bank tributaries, that is Sevnath River, second is Hasdev River, third is Mand River, fourth is Eve River. So 4 major right bank, left bank tributary. And then 3 important right bank tributaries we are having: Jonk River, Ong River, and Tel River. So this is what we have to understand about river Mahanadi. Mahanadi basically means the great river. Great river that spans across 2 states largely. The basin area lies in the state of Chhattisgarh as well as in the state of Odisha. Now coming further to the south, then we have to discuss about the second river, which is also the longest river of peninsular India, South India, that is river Godavari. Godavari River. Godavari River originates from what we call as Trambak Hills, that is situated in the Nasik district of the Maharashtra state. The elevation of the origin point is 1067 meter, that is situated in the Western Ghat, and it passes through this district of Nasik, where many holy places are situated. For example, it is along the bank of river Godavari in the city of Nasik, where Kumbh Mela is organized. So Ganga River, Godavari River, and one more Chipra River is there. These are 3 rivers where Kumbh Mela, that is Ardh Kumbh or Mahakumbh, after 6 years and 12 years interval respectively, are organized. It drains about 10% of India's total geographical area. Now, as we know, it originates from Maharashtra and it flows into Bay of Bengal through the state of Andhra Pradesh. But the catchment area of the river, it lies through the other state also, such as Telangana, Madhya Pradesh, Chhattisgarh, Odisha, and then the state of Karnataka. Now, if you look at the course of this particular river, it receives several tributaries along its course. Originating from the Trambak Hills, the river receives water from major tributaries. What are the major tributaries? These are again the left bank tributaries because the flow of river is like this from west to east. So Purna river, second is Dudhna river, then you have three rivers, Penganga, Vardha and Venganga. And as you can see from the map here, river Penganga, Vardha and Venganga join together, and after joining the river is entering or meeting the Godavari. Now this joint stream is known by name of river Pranhita. So this is a question that can be asked in prelims. Pranhita is made up of which of the given rivers? So 4 or 5 options can be given. The correct option will be Penganga, Vardha and Venganga. Further, it receives water from another river originating from the Kondhan hills in the eastern Ghat. The river is called as Indravati. And finally, river Sabri, it meets, and Sabri river has another tributary, that is Sileru river. So these are the major left bank tributary of river Godavari. While flowing through the state of Andhra Pradesh, the Godavari river splits into two channels. The northern channel is known by name of Gotami, while the southern channel is known by name of river Vasisht. So Gotami Godavari or Vasisht Godavari, this is also the terminology sometimes they use. If you look at the right bank tributaries, one of the largest tributary of river Godavari, almost 700 kilometers long river, is called as Manjira. And another small tributary it has, that is called as Pravara. So Pravara, Manjira, and then we have Maniyar river. These are three important right bank tributary, where Manjira being the largest tributary from the right bank side. It originates from another important hill, that is called as Balaghat Hills, situated in the state of Maharashtra. So total, how many tributaries we are having? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9 major left bank tributaries and 3 right bank tributaries. These 12 tributaries of Sri Godavari are very, very important. Actually, in last 5 to 6 years, more than 2 times, 3 times, UPSC has asked question only from the tributary of Godavari river itself. So make sure that you are sure that which is the tributary and which is not the tributary of this river. Moving further, the next river, which is the second longest river of peninsular India, we are having is the Krishna river with a length of almost 1400 kilometers. Godavari's length is almost 1450 kilometers. That is the longest river. Krishna is an east flowing river. Origin point is again in the western Ghat of Maharashtra. There is a peak that is called as Mahabaleshwar, and then it finally enters into Bay of Bengal. After originating from Maharashtra, Krishna river flows through other state as well, such as Karnataka, Telangana and finally Andhra Pradesh. Together with its tributaries, it forms a vast basin that covers 33% of the total area of the 4 states together. Now what are the major tributaries? So major tributaries, as we will discuss in the map also, Ghat Prabha, Mal Prabha, Bhima and Tungabhadra, along with another river, Musi river. The city of Hyderabad is actually located at the bank of river Musi. These are the main tributaries of river Krishna. So if you look at the Krishna basin itself, we can see these rivers. This is the river Krishna originating from the Mahabaleshwar. Then from the left bank, it receives, this is river Krishna. Okay, I will draw it so you understand it better. Krishna river, this is the main river that is flowing like this. So Bhima is example of left bank tributary. Then apart from that, it receives Musi river also, which is situated along its left bank. And then from the right bank, you have Ghat Prabha river, Mal Prabha river, Tungabhadra river, which is a very, very important river situated in the state of Karnataka. Further, it has another river tributary also, such as Vedavati river is there. And the important project that you will find on the Krishna river is Nagarjuna Sagar project, which is a very important dam. One of the largest dams of the South India is also situated here. And then further flowing through Krishna river has another barrage near the place where it starts forming delta, that is called as Prakasham barrage, nearby the district of Vijayawada. And then the river enters into Bay of Bengal. One thing what you should know is that Krishna river and Godavari river, their delta has merged together today. So they form a combined delta, which is many times referred as KG delta, that is Krishna Godavari delta. Munneru is another river that you can see from here. So Musi, Munneru. So Koyna, Bhima, Musi, Munneru, and then Ghat Prabha, Malprabha, Varda, Tungabhadra, Vedavati. These are the main tributaries of Krishna river. Now Koyna river is a small river. However, one thing you should know about Koyna river, which is a tributary of river Krishna, is that Koyna river in 1967, when a dam was being constructed, due to the disturbance that happened due to construction of this dam and increase in the water volume, it triggered an earthquake. This earthquake is what in geography is referred as RIS earthquake, that is reservoir induced seismic event or reservoir induced seismicity. So that is about the second longest river, Krishna river. The third river, which is a very important river flowing through the state of Tamil Nadu and Karnataka, is the river Cauvery. Cauvery is also known by the name of Dakshin Ganga or the Ganga of the South, flowing in the southeasterly direction through the state of Karnataka and Tamil Nadu and descending in the eastern Ghat in series of great falls. What are these great falls? So the major falls, waterfalls in the course of river Cauvery is Hogenakkal is one of the waterfalls. Then we have Shiv Samudram, that is the another waterfall. And then the river enters into Tamil Nadu, and in Tamil Nadu it breaks into large number of distributaries, forming a wide delta, which is also called as Garden of Southern India, or many times because of the fertile region of this delta, fertile nature of this delta, it is referred as Granary of South India due to large scale production of grains that happen in this region. The Cauvery basin extends over many states, that is state of Tamil Nadu, state of Karnataka, Kerala, as well as the Union Territory of Puducherry, which drains over an area of almost 81,000 square kilometers. If you look at the basin of river Cauvery here, now Cauvery river receives several tributaries. So if you talk about the left bank tributaries, we have river Herangi, then we have river Hemavati, then we have river Arkavati. These are the major left bank tributaries. From the right bank side, it receives many tributaries such as Lakshman Tirth is one of the major tributaries, Kabani is the second tributary, then we have Suvarnavati river, then we have Bhavani river, we have Noyal river, we have Amaravati river. So 6 major right bank tributaries and 3-4 major left bank tributary river has. Now it is near the city of Trichy, also we can call as Tiruchirappalli, is where river start its delta formation. And also it is Grand Aniket, one of the oldest ancient dam of India, is situated on the course of river Cauvery. Now Cauvery river in its lower course, like Godavari, also splits into 2 streams. The upper stream is known by the name of river Koleroon and the lower stream retained its name of Cauvery. Then further again they join together, merges together and flows in a distributary channel. And due to this, again a kind of riverine island has formed here, which is known as Srirangam Island, that is part of Tamil Nadu. So these are the very important points and facts you have to remember about Cauvery river. It forms on the most fertile delta of India, and Cauvery river is also unique in the sense because it receives water from both monsoon, southwest monsoon during the summer time and northeast monsoon during the winter time. Actually, the upper course of Cauvery river receives water from the southwest monsoon and the lower course of Cauvery river receives water from the northeast monsoon. And it is precisely due to this region, the fluctuation of water volume of the Cauvery river is relatively less as compared to the other peninsular rivers of India. Then these are the east flowing rivers of India. Now 2 major rivers, peninsular rivers that flows toward west also we can discuss here. One of the longest river that is flowing to the west is river Narmada. Narmada river earlier was also called by the name of Riva river or Narmada, Narbuda, several other names were there. Now it is also known as lifeline of Madhya Pradesh and Gujarat because the agriculture of Gujarat and Madhya Pradesh, the hydroelectricity generation of these states, the wildlife biodiversity of these states, as well as also for the purposes of human consumption, that means domestic water consumption such as drinking and all, large part of these states are dependent on the river Narmada for its large contribution, as we discussed, to the state of Madhya Pradesh and Gujarat in many ways. Now, if we talk about river Narmada, and if you look at the course of river Narmada, what we can see that river Narmada originates from Amarkantak region, as you have discussed before. Son River also originates and flows to the east from Amarkantak. And then it flows in a rift valley that is situated between two mountain ranges. To the north, you have Vindhya range, and to the south, you have the Satpura range. And flowing through this rift valley, then it enters into Arabian Sea after forming an estuary near a city of Bharuch, that is a part of Gujarat. So this city here, where the river enters into Arabian Sea, the city is called as Bharuch. And where does it enter into Arabian Sea? The answer will be, here you can see it is a small gulf that is called as Gulf of Khambat. So Gulf of Khambat is where river Narmada drains out. The total length of the river is almost 1312 kilometers, and that is why we can say after Godavari and Krishna, the Narmada river is the third longest river of peninsular India. So very important river, that is west flowing. Sometimes questions like this is also asked, that why Narmada river flows to the west or flows from east to west. Answer is because it flows in a rift valley like a structure. The entire peninsula is sloping from west to east, but because it is flowing in rift valley, the Narmada river and the Tapi river both flows from east to west direction. So that is very important point about Narmada. These are the course of river Narmada, as you can see from here, and basically several dams has been constructed when the Narmada river is passing through the Vindhya and Satpura range. The major dams are Bargi dams, then apart from that we are having Maheshwar dam. Indra Sagar dam is another important dam here. So Bargi dam, Maheshwar dam, Indra Sagar dam. In the state of Gujarat, you have another important dam constructed over river Narmada, that is called as Sardar Sarovar dam, Jobat dam. These are the smaller dams. The Narmada river also forms two picturesque waterfall. One is called as Dhuadhar waterfall in the state of Madhya Pradesh near the city of Jabalpur, and other is called as Sahasradhara waterfall. So these are two picturesque waterfall on river Narmada. Also, river Narmada, since it flows between the rift valley, does not receive lot of tributaries. One of the notable tributaries and the name of tributary that you should remember is called as river Hiran. So Hiran is the notable tributary of river Narmada. The last river that we have to discuss today is river Tapi, that is again a west flowing river of India. It flows almost parallel to the Narmada but slightly to the south of river Narmada. So if you talk about river Tapi, some important points about what we can say. After Narmada, it is the second largest west flowing river of peninsular India, and as it flows parallel to Narmada, almost in a similar kind of rift valley like a structure to Narmada, it is also referred as the twin or the handmaid of river Narmada. The origin point of river Tapi lies in the Multai district of Madhya Pradesh. Actually, Multai tank is there. Multai tank is situated in the Betul plateau. So, in the Multai tank, Betul plateau, that is the origin point of river Tapi. Then it flows through three states, originating from Madhya Pradesh, then flowing to the state of Maharashtra, and then further flowing to the state of Gujarat. And finally, while flowing through the state of Gujarat, near the well-known city of Surat, which is also called as Diamond City of Gujarat or Diamond City of India, river drains into Arabian Sea, again through the Gulf of Khambat or in the Gulf of Khambat. So that is about river Tapi. If you take a look at the course of river Tapi, this is how Tapi river's course look like. Originating from Multai, then flows from east to west direction near Surat, it enters into Gulf of Khambat. Similar like what we can say, river Narmada, Tapi flows between two hill ranges. To the north you have Satpura hill range, and to the south you have a broken detached hill that is called as Ajanta hills. So that is the flow pattern of river Tapi. It does not receive lot of tributaries. The major tributary of river Tapi, what name you should remember about is river Purna. That is one important right bank tributary of river Tapi, Purna river. Other small river that it receives is Girna river, then it receives Bori river, and then it receives Panjra river. but these are very small streams, less than 100-200 kilometers. So Purna is only river that you should remember, which can be important from the examination perspective. So that is all about the major river systems of India. We have completed both the Himalayan river system and Peninsular river system in brief, covering almost 9 river system, its important tributaries and the facts that can be important for the prelims examination perspective. That is all for this particular video. Thank you very much.